Hello and welcome to Verifyfaces. So, what is Verifyfaces? Well, Verifyfaces is a face matching slash facial recognition system. It works by comparing faces it sees in a stream against known galleries. If there's a match, then it sends out an alert either via SMS, email, or you can configure webhooks to also receive those events. There are some other sub-functions that it has that I'm not going to go into great detail in this video, but you can see here on the screen we've got a dashboard which is basically a demographic such as daily visit counts, busiest days with gender breakdowns, busiest hours of the day, and there's also some age density breakdowns. But what we're going to do is just get into how all of this works and show you how easy it is to configure. So basically what we do is we deploy a device behind the client's firewall, which we call an FMU, or a face matching unit. And its job is to sit on the network and access the video streams. It can either do that via a supported VMS platform, or you can do it via the OnViv protocol. If we are connecting via supported VMS, then we can retrieve the video footage for events if retention hasn't expired. If we're connecting via OnViv, then we don't have access to the videos, but we do have historical data based on sort of thumbnail logs, which I'll show you in just a second. The reason is that we are not a VMS, so we do not store the video. So to get started, what we need to do is, number one, first thing we need to do is actually create some galleries. So if I expand out galleries and I go to list of galleries, you can see here in this demo system that we've got several galleries already set up. We've got staff gallery, notify gallery, VIP gallery, and a bad actors gallery, and several others. Clients can create as many galleries as they like, call them whatever they like, and add as many images to those galleries as they like. Images can be uploaded via the phone, can be uploaded via files that are stored on your device, can be uploaded through HR systems. A lot of these have been actually uploaded via the video streams themselves. And as you can see here too, we don't capture the entire frame. We just locate the face within that frame and store that. So if 5 people walking together, we create 5 images, one for every face. With a lot of advantages to this. There's privacy, so you know without the video feed you can't actually see who has walked in together, but also to keep the file sizes down so we can have greater retention, because the rest of the scene is no interest to us anyway. We are only interested in the people's faces. We don't care about anything else. So once your galleries are set up, what you need to do then is configure the system to alert you when these people are seen. So to do that, just expand out search, go into real-time search, and then go into the real-time search settings. From here, you just pre-configure the galleries to say, well, not pre-configure the galleries, but select which galleries you want to be notified on, and then you pre-select, well, who's going to get notified when someone in these galleries is seen. So, for example, in the Bad Actors gallery, myself, Michael, and Tim are being notified. In the VIP gallery, only myself is notified, and in staff, myself, Michael, and Alexander are being notified. So in a use case scenario such as a retail store, bad actors might be the store manager and security staff are notified, but VIPs, all staff are notified. So, VIP comes in, they're looked after. The other thing we need to configure in here is, well, how often do we want to be notified? So this one is set to 15 minutes. It's still recording people all of the time, but it's not going to keep sending out alerts to say, hey, this person's here, this person's here, this person's here. What it will do is, first time it sees a person, it will send out the alerts, and after 15 minutes, if that person is still there and is seen again, it will send out another alert. To change how the frequency of that, you just click on the drop down and choose whatever time period kind of makes sense to you. Then we also have the default appearance quality. What this just refers to is how clean is the video stream. Are we getting artifacting? Are we trying to get people in the extreme background? Those sorts of things. So this just sets the threshold on the image, what the quality of the face or the quality of the image has to be before we will actually treat it as a relevant hit. Once those settings are configured, we just go back to real-time search, and this is the log. So for example, here I've got a person on the left. This is the image that's enrolled. The camera that detected it, the detection type, there are 2 types. Individual found refers to, hey, this person is a match to this person in your gallery. That's an individual found. An unauthorized person is simply somebody who was picked up that shouldn't be there. So an example might be loading docks, where the system can be configured to say, okay, these people in this gallery, it might just be your staff or your loading dock staff, or could be security staff. These people, they're allowed to be here. So don't notify me when we see these people. Notify me when you see somebody who's not in these galleries, because that's when I care. So they could be, you can set up anything. You can set up security hallways, backup house stuff, loading docks, any sensitive areas, cache rooms, that sort of thing. Then you have the date and time stamp and the frame that we captured. So if I expand into this to see this a little bit better, I can see here that on the left-hand side, this person is in a gallery called ISC. It's not a great photo. They're looking down. I can't really see their face very well. On the right-hand side, it's saying that we've found somebody who's a 91% match to the person on the left, so therefore an alert has gone out. Now that threshold is controlled by the client. The default's 80%, but we've got plenty of people that have lowered it and plenty of people who have really increased it. It really comes down to the use case and how the cameras are set up. So for example, if we're using it in an environment that is gated and we're using it for 2FA or door access control and things like that, then a 91% match is probably not good enough. They might increase that to, it's got to be at least a 98% match. But in general CCTV, and you're looking for bad actors in a retail store, the 91% match is at least interesting to go out to a security guard and for them to deal with the situation if they need to. This system is actually connected to a supported VMS, so I can click on open the camera and it will then take me to that event. So I can then see what's going on here, who the person is, who they've walked in with, what actually occurred, those sorts of things. Obviously, if the video doesn't exist anymore because it's outside retention, then we can't retrieve the video, but our log still exists. So you can still see all of these things, and you can actually see that this person was in here. We believe it's the same person, this date and time, and that can be used for evidence gathering or just to confirm something if you so wish. An unauthorized person event looks like this. So this is somebody who has been picked up that isn't in a gallery that is allowed to be in that area. So they were picked up in lobby front. They shouldn't have been there. We don't know who they are. So therefore an unauthorized event has gone out for somebody to look up or look into and see if there's a problem there or not. We also have historical searching. So this just allows us to go back into time and look for people that are a match in a set time frame or a set period. So if I go into say this particular one here, I can see here that in this period I've got a couple of matches. We've got this staff member here whose image is really terrible. It's very blurry and pixelated. They've been picked up 10 times with some pretty decent matches. This is a very old photo of me from 10 years ago, which is still relevant today. We sometimes get asked, if we're using old photos, does it still work? The answer is yes. And we have an image down here of somebody who's blurry, wearing a hat and glasses. We've got detections of them not wearing their hat, and we've got some clear images there, and it can really see through all of that. Another thing that we can do is we have a section called frequent visitor galleries. And what this does, you can define what a frequent visitor is. So this system is configured to be someone who is visiting at least once a day and is 18 years or over. So if anybody comes in or the system sees anybody that is matching that criteria, then they go into the frequent visitors gallery, and we can then go in here and we can look around. So these are all the people that it's picked up. It's just all different frames of people. We can scroll down. We can say, oh, okay, this is the person we were looking for. They've caused us some problems. They might have stolen from us. So what we might do is just say copy to another gallery and copy them into the bad actors gallery, and that will enroll them into there. Now, next time that person comes in, security will be notified and the situation can be dealt with. If we go onto a different page, for example, it might be that this person here is very important, or a delivery driver or whatever. You might have a gallery called delivery drivers or contractors, and then you can copy them into a different gallery. So this might just be into the notified gallery. Now, all of the biometric templates and all of the processing happens on those FMUs. We don't use cloud computing. We don't use cloud storage for any of this. It happens all on the FMU, all happens locally, and all is in control of the client or in the custody of the client. That includes the biometric templates themselves. The algorithm is lightweight, and it can run on standard Intel NUCs and things like that. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. We don't need a GPU. Busier sites such as stadiums may need a GPU. It just really comes down to the use case. But this one here, for example, is just running an i5 with 64 gig of RAM. That's about it. Thank you for watching. If you have any further questions or inquiries, please reach out to our sales team.